All right, sorry for the light here. My overheads in the garage have gone out, and I just haven't had time to replace those, so it's a little dark in the garage. But the Fleck 7000 video that I did, I don't know, 4 years ago, got a lot of views, still gets a lot of views. And I wanted to let everybody know that they've discontinued the 7000. I actually had some problems with mine. I rebuilt the pump piece of it. I bought a rebuild kit and rebuilt it. What it was doing was it just was stuck shooting water out the line here. It just would stick doing that. So it basically was just pumping water right out into the drain, and that's not good. So I rebuilt it. It seemed to kind of fix it, but the water never would really, it was like the brine cycle would never really work, and it just never actually, the water never got soft. So I just bypassed everything. And then after doing some reading, realized that the 7000 had been discontinued. I was gonna see what it would do, what it would cost to just buy a new one. What they've actually done is replace it with the 5600 series, I believe, and then the 5800 series. I opted for the 5800. And if you already have a 7000, when you buy the kit, I'll put a link to the kit that I purchased. But if you already have a 7000 and you'll have everything, you'll need to reuse a couple things off of your existing 7000. For example, the hoses. So those don't come in the kit. Basically, you get the control valve up here. You'll have to tell them what size. So for me right here, I use 1 inch to connect, and you can see it connects over to the house right there. It comes in from the street on the right hand side. And so mine are 1 inch, but you'll have to specify, because I think there's some different sizes and stuff. So this spot that I'm focusing on right here, that's the spot where you'll need to specify. And then you'll get these right here. You'll get this adapter right here, and it'll be for whatever size your hoses are. It's got a nice like a bypass right there, which is nice. And then they all fit on to the tank with the same diameter there, so there's no options in terms of how big the neck or whatever is. The only part, what I also like about it too, is that the power actually is up under here, so it stays connected a little bit better. The only, there's two parts. This particular part right back over here, this actually came right off of my 7000. So, and I'll swing around to the other side too, but when you're taking your 7000 apart, this piece that actually goes, so this is the line that goes directly out to like the drain basically, right? So it's emptying the tank. This line, I just kept this whole piece, the entire piece right there, down to the little bracket that holds it in, and it fit right on this 5800. So you'll want to keep that. They actually give you, over here for the line that goes to the brine, they actually give you this little black connector, but they don't give you all the little pieces that go inside of it. So when you take this off of your 7000, just keep the brine line, and then you can put some some of that, some of the tape on the threads, and then just put this right back on, and you should be good to go. So that's really the system in a nutshell. One of the things that'll happen, and you can find a couple different, I'll put a link to the video that I use from a programming perspective. If you just push, so to get it into program mode, the button on the left there, which if you hold it for 5 seconds, it'll start a whole regeneration cycle. If you hold the plus and the up and down together at the same time, if it's not on exactly 12:01 p.m., then it'll give you kind of an abbreviated version of the setup. If you want to get to the progressive, like all the settings, you need to actually set the clock, and you just do that by pressing up or down, and it'll start setting the clock. You'll set the clock to exactly 12:01 p.m. And then if you hold both buttons down at the same time, it'll get you a lot of different options. So for example, I believe this one was set for 32,000 grains or something like that. This is actually a 48,000 grain tank. So I needed to change that. You'll obviously need to change the water hardness setting based on whatever the setting is, or whatever the water hardness is in your house. But in this particular case, my setup, everything pretty much stayed exactly the same. I just removed the 7,000 head off. I put the 5,800 on, and then just connected everything back up. And started with the regeneration cycle. I've actually done it twice now. I did it again after I just changed the settings. So I changed it to 48,000 grains, which you can see as it comes up here shows I just redid it. So you're probably going to get about 1,200 gallons of water through the system before it'll do a regeneration again. But anyway, in light of the fact that there were so many views of the video that I did of this Fleck system, and to find out that they've completely discontinued the 7,000. So if you happen to have a 7,000 and you have some problems, you'll want to get either the 5,600. In this case, this is the 5,810 SXT, and it was a very easy replacement. So if you're in that situation, good luck to you. I'll put a link down in the description for the stuff that I bought and the manual and a couple videos that I used, and hopefully this is helpful for you. Thanks.